Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Marsh coming at you over the interwaves with another StarCraft 2 cast. For those of you not aware, I did a vlogamabob in which I asked for a new intro. Actually, I didn't say that. I said I needed one. Anyway, if you guys are interested in providing me something other than this is Marsh coming at you over the interwaves, then, you know, this would be a good time to tell me. Anyway, StarCraft 2 brought to you by one of these players. This was a replay submitted to castits.reddit.com. If you'd like to have your replays cast by a member of the community, myself or somebody else, then you take those replays. You upload it to something like GG Tracker or SE2 Replays or whatever, drop that SE2. Link that to castits.reddit.com and a member of the community will get down and do it for you. And one of these players did that. It might be this guy or it might be the guy over in the left bottom side. And I say guy because he's called John. It's johnpan. His opponent, who may be a little bit more gender fluid. Well, that's Sepheron, isn't it? I don't know what a Sepheron is. It's Sepheron, playing for the Cosmic Cloud Militia. So that's very nice. We have one gate opening on both sides. Second gate coming down here, whereas the Sepheron are not doing as much. Instead, going to spend his money. Where are you spending your money? Where you're spending your money? Wait, what are you doing with your money? Why are okay, slowly going up to 400 and maybe going to expand. No, just building loads and loads of pylons. Alright, well, Sepheron chooses to make his base into a defensive structure in itself, whereas his opponent is kind of just building things out in the middle of nowhere. So here's a little tip for you. If you look at pro players doing this, they either build it this way, thereby making sure that there's very few entrances and exits into this mineral line in case that these guys decide to go and, you know, pay you a visit. And, you know, you can just have your units here to greet them. Alternatively, you can build a wall as you would versus Zerg, but just sort of putting it in the middle has the advantages of neither of those. Oh, we have Sepheron just making sure that there's no proxy shenanigans going on there. And not having the advantages of either of those means that, well, unless you're getting something later on in the series, then you might as well do one of those two Sim City approaches. Right, that's me off my preaching chair. Both of these guys are about my level in play, so, you know, I'm not going to be able to remember that. And here we go, going to warp in right on top of one overcharge. It's no, you're going to do the second one. You don't have any energy. That's okay. All right, this second adept is going to get away, going to get chased by two stalkers, but oh shit, sorry, does get the shade out. Did he get a... got a probe there. Lost another one on a scouting or something like that. So let's see. What is our follow-up? Well, we're getting a robo facility over here in johnpan's base, whereas his opponent already has a robo facility, which is being chronoed for no particular reason. And Sepheron is going to be the first to expand. His opponent going to do something very similar to that, just not right now, because he's got 800 minerals. That means he can't expand quite yet. You have to have, you know, probes in positions on 2 expansions. Might as well. Making sure that there's no Oracle shenanigans going to go down. Did spot that robo. So should be in a position to know that this is unlikely, not impossible, but unlikely economically speaking, and does not get a scout up. Is he gonna die? Oh, I think he would have died anyway, but if he continued moving, he would have had a better shot than just standing here. So Sepheron making sure that there are observers going the right direction all the different right directions. It's going to try and make sure that he knows what's going on the map. Whereas his opponent, well, his opponent, oh, excuse me, is holding the Zelnaga Watchtower, which is very useful in its own right. And we have a robotics bay over here, where his opponent is, oh, charge. This isn't that common. I'm not saying it's going to be normal, but it isn't that common. Far more common is the blink and or resonating glaives. Charge, not so much. So I'm interested to see where he's taking this. His opponent going for that robotics base, so going to go... I suppose we don't know yet. Let's see. Are you going for Colossi or are you going for Disruptors? Or are you going to let that Chrono just spin away over there and not do... Alright, well, he definitely had a plan, and we'll see where it takes him. So, it is 6 minutes into the game. We got a little scouting coming in by johnpan. Does only see the natural by flying into that. It doesn't see what's going on into the main. And it is that Disruptor attack. It's 34 works to 33, and a similar army supply as well. There is a slight lead on the side of johnpan. I really have to figure out what the command was to move these up and down. I know there's a command for this. Put it in the comments, because I'm too lazy to Google this. johnpan going for that third and gravitic drive. Oh, we may be going for some disruptor drops. That would be cool. Very effective if you catch your opponent off guard. Fairly similar to the storm drop, but you know, not. More scouting going. Nope. More scouting going on by johnpan, who is now going to spot that robotics bay. And should say, I wonder if that means... Well, it should say that. That is the information that johnpan wanted right there. Now, Disruptor balls have to be microed very well. I love this, by the way. Look at this. Sees everything. And this... Oh, wait, really?
Upgrade complete.
Oh, no, I guess not. Yeah? Oh, that's odd. Because if you're going to... Disruptor ball does... Alright, first of all, let me figure out what those are actually called. The Purification Nova does friendly fire, only to other units, not to itself. So if you put a Purification Nova on your own disruptor, it's not going to blow up. But if you are dealing with charge lots, then that means that if this is your army, then the charge lot are going to be here. Don't move. I'm trying to prove a point here. Alright, your charge lot are going to be here, and if you're going to Purification over that, that's going to be here, and you will catch a bunch of zealots, but also, you know, whatever they were hitting at the time. So that's a little bit tricky to deal with. Anyway, it's 1-1. It upgrades for both sides. We have an army supply lead of johnpan, and Sepheron is moving on in. Now, he does have a bigger army, but I prefer the army composition of Sepheron with those balls and the War Prism right there to provide instant reinforcements. And now, oh, there we go. The Gideon Sick right there, and we have 2 balls of destruction moving on in there, and there's no blink. That means that that is doing some devastating damage. But those charge lords are right on top of the stalkers, and they do a fair bit of damage as well. Immortal shield being triggered and warp ins on both sides. That warp prism does mean that, oh, there's a warp prism on the there's a disruptor on the other side as well, but there's only one, where there is 2 on the side of Sepheron, and both of those should be ready to shoot. One of them's going to, ooh, yes, takes out his opponent. And if you can cancel this warp in, nope. Does get a couple of good damaging shots out there. The second Purification Nova not doing so much, and the Photon Overcharge, that's the word I'm looking for, does move it back. Now Sepheron does see this base, so tell him that there's something here, and there is no way that John can well, if he waits long enough, then sure, he can actually defend that. So taking down those pylons just to make sure that there's no photon overcharge. And here come those charge lots by... Oh, and this is what I'm talking about. Yes, those kill the zealots, but they also kill your own stalkers right there. We've got Sepheron reinforcing with the zealots of its own. Charge lot zealots do be zealots normally speaking, but well, if you're a melee unit and somebody else and you're going to charge another melee unit, that's not the most useful thing. Now, charge does, of course, do that damage on impact, but it didn't do this in previous iterations. So yeah, what did Sepheron do there? Well, he didn't break the army, did kill a number of these, so the high-tech units took one of his opponent and kept all of his still in play. However, he's not building any, so that's being counteracted by the fact that his opponent's still building these. No, he's now stopped doing so. Ah, shit. I'm looking at the wrong one again, aren't I? Yeah, well, we're 2 for 2, and neither of them are building any, so there you go. So he took out some high-tech units, but they were replaced. He didn't do any of the damage here. If he'd split off 2 of the zealots right here, would have been able to do quite a nice bit of damage there. Lost his army, his opponent lost his army, didn't do any economic damage, and, well, we've pretty much moved on. So johnpan going for the pure attack upgrade, whereas Sepheron has invested in 3 forges, and we're just doing attack, shield, and armor all at the same time, and we have a Stargate coming in. This could be interesting. Now, I'm imagining this is just for an oracle for tagging the army, and at this level of play, that could mean you can lose your oracle just like that. Oh, wow, that was... let me try that again. Wow, shit. I worked out. My hands are sweaty. All right, forget it. I'm clicking my fingers, snapping my my fingers. You can lose your army just like that. All right, thank you. That only took a little while. Oracle's very good if you have the control, but at this, which is a low diamond, high platinum level, if I am a judge of the both of these players' portrait things, then it's very easy to just sort of leave the oracle there if you're not immediately using it, and then if this army goes underneath it, well, to be perfectly honest, there's these guys will wreck it. But other than that, there's only the one thing. So charge lot Archon versus, what is the armor composition of Sepheron, and why is he moved so far back? Why is this still here as well? Oh dear, that means that johnpan is going to... johnpan doesn't know that's there, so he's not moving there. Ooh, this is unfortunate for him. There is a free base right there. He could have that wrecked before Sepheron so much get into position. More Archons being warped in there, going for that army supply lead. And now he's got the position in between. Oh, look at that. Yes, thank you. No, I'll take that. This should tell him that there's another base in there, but also, oh, this is, not good. In Retribution, we get another Purification Nova on the side of Sepheron, which is very good as well. We got 2 of them, in fact, there. Now, johnpan holding position in between those 2 bases of Sepheron, so he can't just leave his opponent there. And with 3 Purification Novas at his command, he can stagger that. Let me just zoom out there for you and just keep his opponent back at all times. Is he gonna? Nope, he's not going to get that. Let's see. Nope, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. All right, but johnpan does decide to cede the high ground. Ceding the high ground means, all right, now this is where you want to keep this position. High ground, very, very good advantage right there. But no, Sepheron's going to give that back to johnpan. And is that the war prison? Oh, do we have Storm? We don't have Storm. We just have 1 High Templar without the second one, so we couldn't get that in there. And this is what we've been waiting for. We have carriers, fantastic units if you don't get them right on top of a whole bunch of Archons, because Archons will fucking Shrek them. Alright, all the Chargelots getting into that army of Sepheron in the meantime, decimating the mineral line right there. How many? Jesus, that was... took all the workers out right there, and we only have 2 carriers right there, a bunch of things, but how are we? We lost a bunch of disruptors on both sides. We don't have a lot here. The Chargelots get right on top of the army of Stalkers over here, meaning that there's nothing they can do, can't move back there, and GG. If you enjoyed this video, press that like button. If you'd like to see more of me, subscribe.